A new year is a new beginning. As the Brexit transition period ends on December 31st, 2020, Britain and the European Union have parted as old friends in the new year. A new deal, which will govern the UK-EU trade and security relationship, has kicked in from January the 1st, 2021. Let's talk to our correspondent Oliver Jarvis in Britain to see what changes the deal brings there.
Well, I'm on a farm in the southwest UK, which is about 200 miles away from the Houses of Commons in London. And even here, the effects of Brexit are being felt. Now, this farm traditionally exports its products to the EU, but ever so recently, ever since the UK left the European Union, it's been concerned that its prices are going to have to rise. And that's the same with many of the industries across the UK. Although the UK and EU did in fact agree a deal that would mean no trade tariffs on goods once they cross into the EU border, there are still the disruption elements which involve paperwork. Now, this paperwork includes safety checks, it includes emergency certificates, health certificates, and it's all about border control.
Now, that's the issue with heavy intangible goods, but what do you do about service sector?
Well, you'd have hoped that these would have been dealt with in the deal itself, but it was a trade deal. It was a trade deal on goods. These services, which make up almost 80% of the UK economy, they really haven't been clarified as to how exactly they go forward. Boris Johnson has said that they would still have access to the market, but what that means, we don't know. Another aspect is if you are a degree holder or you have a certificate which has been handed to you by a UK body, that is now not valid in the EU. What does that mean for many people who have been certified by the UK with the basis of being able to work in the EU? We don't know.
Thank you, Oliver. We all know the post-Brexit trade deal is the biggest bilateral trade deal signed by either side. It will certainly help avoid a Brexit cliff edge, but will have a huge impact on trade. Let's listen to observers' views.
We know for sure that there are going to be trade barriers going up one way or another, whether it's deal or no deal. We know that our freedom of movement is being taken away. And all of these things will be detrimental to business, to jobs, to prices. So I think they'll affect everybody really one way or another, depending on what their work is.
Inevitably, things are going to change. Things are going to be a bit more difficult. All right, we export about 30% of our lambs, and of that 30%, about 90% goes to mainland Europe. It's a very sensitive market. It's sensitive to variations in the sterling-euro exchange rate. A few points change, and that has an impact on the market.
Not one word has been said about trade and services. They have kicked that ball further down the road. It means that everything to do with services, that is to say banking and finance and insurance and telecoms, these are all issues that will be now negotiated in this new saga.
Let's listen to ordinary folks for their concerns.
They're all manufactured either in France or Denmark, as far as I'm aware. Certainly on the continental Europe. So with the problems of leaving the single market, that means that there isn't an easy flow, quick flow of any kind of goods, but obviously medical goods are a big issue, because if they sit on a quayside or they don't arrive, then it's a life or death situation.
4.5 years after Britain voted to leave the EU, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson welcomed the post-Brexit deal as a new starting point for Britain and the EU. But still, bumpy roads are ahead. Even with the deal, the future relationship between the old friends has yet to be tested.